Okay, welcome back to segment 4 of the Sports Circus. This is the Friday edition. The Saturday edition can be found on your regular radio dial at 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM, and 1050 AM in the Los Angeles market. That is at 8 AM. Also, you can hear us live here in Las Vegas on NBC Sports 920 The Game at 8 AM. It is simulcast. And also, in case you miss all of that, and you want to hear us on Tuesday night if you have nothing better to do, you can listen to the show on 100.7 FM or 1060 AM KDUS, and that would be in the Phoenix market, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. All right, now all that's out of the way. This segment is sponsored by the American Business Trust Company, specializing in startup capital, corporate strategy, you name it, they do it. They'll bring your company from this to this. Give them a call, 657-600-1876. 657-600-1876. Give them a call today. They will help grow your company very quickly. All right, now we're done with that. We talk a little baseball today. A little bit of baseball. Lenny, what do you think? I'm sick with the NFL. I'm sick with the NBA. I've had it with that. And I am going to touch upon hockey a little bit too, because God knows we need to. So, Lenny, what do you think about players self-policing the game, just like in hockey? What do you think?
Well, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I love the game, Sal.
Yep.
I mean, when this time comes around, you know, when you have the smell of the grass, the crack of the bat, and just the fever of baseball, the innocence of young kids wanting to see their heroes, yes, baseball is wonderful. Baseball players policing themselves, maybe not a good thing.
Why?
I'm thinking that because, you know, the game is bigger than they are, okay? But they have to have some status. They have to have some grasp of who they are so that they can be, I mean, they are a part of the game. They are a component of the game, but still, Sal, don't you be throwing that ball even near me. All right, Sal, I saw that.
If they are bigger, hold on. If the game is bigger than they are, then why is it that everybody has walk-up music?
Walk-up, you know what?
Wait,
here's the thing.
It's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question. Why do they have?
The thing is,
no. Why? Hold that thought. Why do they have walk-up music? And why is it that the umpire can say, well, you know what? That ball was a little bit inside, so we're going to issue a warning. But then when somebody ends up retaliating, or if there's a spike, right? Just like in hockey, you got the goons out there to protect the little guys. I got a nephew that plays hockey. He's just a real small guy, and there are goons that are supposed to protect him, right? So the game basically self-polices. Baseball does the same thing. A player gets spiked at second, another guy hits a home run, he takes a 30-second, like Manny Machado, takes a 30-second jaunt around the bases. Get your work done, get back home, don't show up the other team, don't try to be an ass about it, because you're going to get hit in the head. That's exactly what happens. And we even saw Chris Sale, the ex-Chicago White Sox player. We saw him throw behind a player. He did not get ejected, but at the end of the day, we know that you're not supposed to show up the other team. You're never supposed to show them up. That's bad sportsmanship, unlike in women's softball. Now, my niece Taya plays women's softball. She used to play. And, you know, Lenny, I've never seen anything like this. You see a strikeout or something, or an out, and all the women, they converge on the pitcher's mound, and they celebrate just to show up the other team. Never seen anything like it. And they razz each other after every ball or strike or whatever the hell it is. Now, imagine if they did that in baseball. Just imagine. You know how many people would get hit left and right? Nobody would be left on the bench. They'd have to call the game. The whole game would be completely suspended. What do you think?
Okay, but the etiquette of the game goes very, very far back, okay? Some of these players now that are in Major League Baseball just do not grasp that. Why? Because they feel that they have, since they made the big show, that they have an entitlement to do what they want to do. It's a different dynamic and mindset of these younger players, Sal. It's not
just the younger players. No, man, this has been going on for decades. And listen, this goes right back to how were you brought up? What were your manners at home? Is there respect? Like, you do a great job with Bo. Bo is the guy, shakes his hand, you shake the hand, he looks you in the eye and says, thank you, have a great day, that kind of thing. But the kids today, they're entitled. They think they can get away with all kinds of crap, everything. And that's not fair because now they bring that onto the field. And they bring it onto the field, and they bring a bullshit attitude to the field. And what happens? Now everybody has to pay the price because those kids are acting like morons.
Well, Sal, come on. I mean, the money in the game has escalated those attitudes as well. Because
money has nothing to do with it.
When you and I watched baseball, the purest that we'd seen is probably in the 70s when we'd see the Yankees and the Big Red Machine and we saw the Oakland A's and the Dodgers, the teams that were really fighting, the Phillies, those type of teams.
Right.
Those guys were a cohesive unit. They would go into war, into battle. They wanted to stay at those teams, and they wanted to stay on those teams for the rest of their life. And they wanted to compete for a championship.
Right. They didn't sell out
just for the paycheck.
They didn't sell out for money. And every time somebody sells out for money, what happens? Then their quality, the quality of their performance snaps off every time. It turns out to be basically a disaster. Why? Because the money's more important than the game, more important than their teammates, and at the end of the day, nobody gives a damn. And we see that even in hockey. And hockey, I mean, look, I'm a baseball player. I have been in my former life, but hockey's got to be the toughest sport to play out of everything. You know, you're going 25, 30 miles an hour. You've got a dangerous weapon in your hand. You've got dangerous weapons on your feet, and you're trying to kill the other guy that's going after the puck just like you. And so a lot can happen here. Broken backs, broken necks, slit throats, slit wrists, whatever. All of that crap can happen on the ice. And, you know, you don't see people doing too much complaining unless your name is Sid Crosby. Because this guy's the biggest damn crybaby, just like Isaiah Thomas in basketball. He's just a big prima donna. I can't stand that guy. He's a prick. So anyway, at the end, and I can say that because it's my show. So at the end of the day, I think about guys in baseball, and those guys that try to show up everybody else, they deserve to get thrown at. They deserve to get booed. And I had Mark Carrier on the show, the former Chicago Bears player, and he had said, look, the fans are out there. They have paid money to go to those games. They have the right to voice their opinion, just not with profanity, of course. Right? But you can say that because you spent your money. Go speak your piece.
Now, you have, like, say, with the Angels, you have somebody like Albert Pujols that has come over there the last 4 years. Absolute class guy. You pair him up, and you think that Josh Hamilton coming to the environment from the Rangers with Albert Pujols and the phenomenal rookie Mike Trout, that would have been a good environment for the guy. But the guy just went and folded like a beach chair.
Right.
But then you have somebody like Trout. Okay, he's not hitting a home run and flipping it, you know, in front of the
right. The bat flips. That's ridiculous.
That is garbage.
Right. Bert never does that, and I'll tell you what, I see a lot of games on television, a lot of games live, and when the players are not running their ground balls out to first base, or there's a pop-up, they're not running them out, and then somebody drops the ball or they throw the ball away, they wonder, well, geez, I'm still thrown out. Why is that? Because they think they're above the game. But what I am going to say, though, I'm going to give a big shout to my Chicago White Sox because they are not only in first place, but they lead the league. They lead the league in runs against, and that's what a winning team does. The other team that's right there with them, maybe a little bit less, is the New York Yankees right now. Right now, the two best teams in baseball are the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. You don't believe me? Look it up. Look it up. Everybody needs to look it up because those are stats, and stats don't lie. Pitching wins championships in baseball, period. Pitching speed and defense makes dynasties. You can hit and hit and hit. The Dodgers had that. The Big Red Machine had a little bit of that. But when you think about the Oakland A's from the early 1970s, pitching and defense wins everything. End of day. So that is my rant for today regarding baseball and basically the sporting world. So, Lenny, I'm going to sign off for now. And tomorrow, you join us at 8 a.m., just like everybody else. Any final words? You got 10 seconds.
All right, the one thing that I wanted to do real quick, I wanted to allow myself to say, shut up, to people in the NBA that think that LeBron isn't going to be winning because he's going to go in the East.
LeBrick will not win. LeBrick will not win. All right, until next week, everybody, we'll see you back at the Sports Circus. Have a great day. See you soon.